On April 27, 2007, a wave of denial-of-service attacks began flooding the government, banking, and media websites in Estonia. The attacks originated in Russia and were said to be in retaliation of the Soviet War Memorial removed from Tallinn. 2 days of rioting by ethnic Russians who saw this as an attack on their heritage and on minority rights quickly transitioned from the real to the virtual world as government websites came under attack, so severe that many agencies shut off access to IP addresses outside of Estonia for several days. The weekly magazine The Economist quoted a senior official in Brussels who questioned whether a cyber attack should be counted as a military act. Quote, "If the member state's communications center is attacked with a missile, you call that an act of war. So what do you do if the same installation is disabled with a cyber attack?" End quote. This recent outbreak of cyber attacks shows the world needs to be more aware of the realistic threats that denial-of-service attacks and web vandalism can pose to today's modern world. Governments and businesses rely heavily on technology. Economies can easily be crippled if a denial-of-service attack is done on major businesses or public trading markets. The government infrastructure can also be severely damaged. Denial-of-service attacks and web vandalism can bring individuals, companies, and now even countries onto their knees. The public and future security specialists need to learn how these attacks are carried out and understand what the consequences can be. The best defense is a good offense. In order to protect oneself from a hacker, one needs to understand what the hacker's thought process is. In this video, a mock denial-of-service and web vandalism attack will be demonstrated in order for future security specialists to better defend against them. A denial-of-service attack, also known as DoS attack, is an attempt to make a computer resource unavailable to its intended users. Typically, DoS attacks are an attempt to prevent a website or web service from functioning efficiently or even at all, denying users its services temporarily or indefinitely. High-profile websites, such as banks, credit card companies, and even DNS root servers are primary targets. There are two main types of DoS attacks. The first forces the target machine to reset or consumes its system resources, RAM, CPU time, etc., so that it no longer can perform its intended service. The other and more common attack floods the network traffic in an attempt to obstruct communication between intended users and the server. Here are two real-world examples of DoS attacks. The first example is too many people on an elevator. The people represent packets. The DoS attack floods the network with packets. People have a hard time getting off the elevator as the packets have a hard time getting through the server. Second example is too many people trying to go through a door at once. Again, the people represent packets. The DoS attack prevents any up or downstream traffic, thus denying service to the web server. Let's learn about DoS attacks by trying to take down the web giant Google. Here's their web page. Everything seems to be acting normally. Here I have this handy little tool which will allow me to perform a DoS attack on any host I specify. The program gives me access to the Storm botnet, one of the newest botnets around. Its formation began in January 2007 and has since grown. It is estimated to run on as many as 1 to 50 million computers worldwide, and as of September of this year, the botnet is reportedly powerful enough to force entire countries off the internet, and is estimated to be able to potentially execute more instructions per second than some of the world's top supercomputers. I think we'll need all the power we can get to take down Google. I just need to specify my host, google.com. The program resolves Google's IP address and will begin attacking once it has established a connection with the botnet. We're now overloading Google servers with a massive packet storm. Let's see how Google servers is responding. Oh wow, would you look at that? It looks like the server is dead. Congratulations, you've just seen a DoS attack in action and taken down the Google web server.
Web vandalism, also known as web defacement, is a common attack on websites. Instead of trying to shut down the website like a DoS attack, web vandalism merely seeks to alter content. Some web vandalism attacks totally remove the whole web page so the website is inoperable. Web vandalism attacks are usually performed by one of two methods: SQL injections or application-based attacks. SQL injections attempt to modify or delete part of a database. The hacker attempts to break the SQL statement and then injects their own malicious code to be executed. Application-based attacks seek to gain administrator or root level access, or even escalator privileges. Unpatched or unupdated software is vulnerable to exploits, which could compromise the system. If a user gains root level access, they can have full control of a website and modify its content.
Here's a visual analogy for a web defacement. A hacker finds an exploit in the system, allowing them to modify a web page's content. Here's our hacker now. And there we have it. A live web defacement right before your eyes.
Let's try and perform a web defacement on Google. Their site is pretty secure. All the software is patched and free of exploits, so I couldn't find any vulnerabilities or potential SQL injection attacks. One thing I did notice was a backdoor administrative panel. With a little savvy password cracking, I hacked their root password. With that, I was able to change their main web page. Hacked. And there we go, a real live web defacement.